through, and I'm like, wait, hold on. I took my Vita over to Emo because I was over at James at the time, and I'm like, Emo, tell me this sounds like Neptune's voice. And I played some of the audio that they would say, and he's like, dude, that is Neptune's voice. I'm like,
Yeah.
alright, I guess I'm using that one then.
Well, you gotta admit, dude, like it's the same people made the Neptune games. They have a hand in that. They use a lot of the same, recycle a lot of the same voice actors and all that shit. But anyway, okay, we're gonna go back to what I was going. To go into say. Damn it, I gotta get this other thing up so I can actually see the stream chat. I don't think anyone's really going to flat out come and talk to me tonight, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so basically, the only game that in the Sword Art Online games that you actually get to play as an actual main character that you create and you're not Kirito is Fatal Bullet, and that is arguably the best Sword Art Online game to date. But that's the one where it's gun gale and you blow up shit with guns, which you get dual wielding guns in that game. But that's if you like. So basically, in order to give you a general idea of what that game's like, if you've ever played Freedom Wars, which is a PSP game, it's the same people who made Freedom Wars. It looks like the game, but just with Sword Art Online characters, and you got like they front loaded a lot of the sword skills into that game as gun abilities. But anyway, that game has a lot of the stuff that you're basically just talking about, how it feels awkward to make Kirito a chick and then give him a female voice, and then on top of that, he still is a male in the main cutscene. That's how it's always been, dude. Like Fatal Bullet is the best one if you want to actually play it. There is a reason why there's a reason why that game is my favorite out of all the games. I mean, honestly, it's going to be Fatal Bullet, Hollow Realization, Alice,
Kill me, aren't you?
Alicization Licorice. Those are probably my top three.
I'll take the red sickness.
Wait, you're taking Res Sickness?
Yeah.
I do not remember what the hell I was doing in this game, dude.
I don't know.
I need to figure out what the hell I was doing, but
You're doing shit.
oh, shut up. I don't do shit. That's you guys.
With the side of Jack.
Oh, you know what? Listen. If you're Azure, that's all you do is goon and jerk yourself, okay?
No, I was trying to say that you weren't doing anything.
Yeah, I am doing something. I'm looking at my demons.
You got nothing but Jack and shit, Jack.
I don't remember. I can't remember in the storyline I am with this game. I think I'm playing on a... Yeah, I'm playing I'm at the beginning of the game. I am doing the vengeance route. Oh, shut up, you fucking femboy bitch. Yoko is honestly Evo in a nutshell. 100%.
Yoko was the best character on Resident Evil Outbreak.
Oh, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5. TK has arrived. What's going on, TK?
I only said she was the best because she's the only character that gets double the inventory space with a fucking backpack.
How happy I am to see you. But, you do look a little different.
So, TK, we're doing something a little bit different tonight. I'm actually going to be yapping with Joseph. I'll yap with you if we actually get on a subject, but definitely yapping. Definitely going back to Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance.
Sack dump along in butt cracks.
Oh, shut up, Joseph. Listen. This is a new game plus. I don't remember what I was exactly doing because I played the shit out of this. This game was gifted to me from Nathan. I started playing this game. I lost my mind playing this game in a positive way. I got so deep into playing this game The story's really good, and what's great about the Vengeance version of the game, you get the vanilla version of the game packed in too. So you're getting 2 games for the price of 1. And what's great about the Vengeance pack too is you get all the DLC from the first game packed into the vanilla version. Hey! Why don't you just shut up, lady? Like, I don't.
Well, that was a big surprise,
No.
right? Right? That demon was freaky strong. Can't believe it scared me off like that.
So TK, you never did. That's not a cyborg. Okay, so I'll explain. Okay, so we are we're not a cyborg. We are a Nahobino. So basically, the main character is a human, but he fuses with. He basically fuses with a demigod, and which is a demon. He basically fuses with the equivalent of a demigod, but it's an actual demon because demigod is basically could be either good. It could either be an angel or a demon. But anyway. So basically, what happens in this game is you play as the main character, and the main character is a school kid. Everything goes to hell in the beginning of the game. You find out all your friends at school are actually involved in this end of the world type shit. There's actually 2 different versions of Tokyo. We are in the one where the demons are at, and I'm just gonna spoil it, by the way. We're in the post-apocalyptic world of Tokyo right now where the demons are at. That's why you see the main character and he looks like a cyborg, but he's not. And then we have this fairy over here, which she's a demon. This is where Tokyo was actually at. And then when we go back to the quote-unquote normal Tokyo, that is the clone world. That's the fake world. So basically in this game, everything goes to hell. We get transported to this world in the beginning, and before we die, the guy we fuse with comes in and he says, "If you want to live, take my hand." And we get a choice to basically be a timid little femboy cunt, or we can actually be a man about it and take his hand and just grip that dude's hand, and we grip his hands, and then we could fuse together basically, and we could become Nahobino. Now, in this version of the game, there's 2 different versions of the Nahobino. Now, I am my representation of the femboy that I was talking about is you can be a femboy and still be very manly and dominating about shit. And then there's femboys that are they're just a bitch, and they're sensitive, and they act more like a chick, and they're just very submissive. Listen, we ain't doing that. You gotta be in it. Especially if I'm role playing as a character that looks very feminine, but they're actually a man. I am not gonna be some submissive tard. But to go on with what I was saying. We are now Nahobino. So basically, we fuse together with a demigod. And because we fuse with a demigod and we're a human, we become a god ourselves. That's it in a nutshell. We are very powerful. And,
Hey, looks like you found who you were looking for. Oh, I guess from here on out, you're gonna go with those humans, huh?
listen.
Totally.
Listen. How about you just chill out, okay? You got something you're keeping from me, and you don't really want to be with me, okay? Hey, listen, in this game, you trust nobody. So, okay, we gotta talk about this. I gotta yap. I gotta super yap about this. And then we'll go back to what you were talking about, Joseph, about Neptune and all that, but... So, this is Shimigami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Now, Shimigami Tensei is the mainline... games, and then the spin-off games are Persona. I'm sure you've heard of Persona. Joseph has played Persona. He knows what that is. But in Shimigami Tensei and all the mainline games, you play as some kind of school kid basically, and there in every game basically there is law, which is law is you're siding with heaven, the angels. There's neutral, which that's more of the human path. Basically, you're more aligning yourself with the humans, and then there's chaos, and chaos is going with the demons. Basically, now depending on what game you're playing. Depending on what side you pick, basically in all the games, depending on what alignment you pick, you get locked out of certain demon fusions and characters and so on and so forth. But the main thing is in each game, there is a true ending to all these games, and in each game, like in the vanilla. When I say vanilla, I'm talking about like the first three games. From the Super Nintendo era, Law has been like a very hard alignment, true story alignment. That if you wanted to get the true story, you had to go Law basically, and you would get the best ending. Then there's Then it goes from the Super Nintendo era, and you go into the PS2 era, which. We are talking about that mainline series of games. They're all interconnected. They're all part of the same universe. But anyway, so this is the 5th game in the installment of this PlayStation 2 era of games, basically. And what's cool about this game in particularly is the 3rd game in this series is Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Nocturne, do not get me started about Nocturne. Nocturne is my favorite SMT game. The main character becomes a demon. You literally the true ending to that game is you is the true demon path. And in that game, you get to get Dante from Devil May Cry as an actual playable character. He plays a big ass role. He's basically Dante from Devil May Cry 2, but he's actually a lot cooler than that actual Dante from that game. And what's really cool about that game in particularly is everybody in that game basically is trying to use you and trying to get you to join their forces so they can basically just use your power, basically. Because, you basically become the Demi-Fiend. The Demi-Fiend is literally a god. He's on the same levels of a god. And as you go through the game, the story evolves into that you become so damn powerful, you have to make a decision on what you're going to do, which are you going to align with. And then Nocturne in particularly, there is a neutral path, but I don't really look at the neutral path too much because, let's be honest, humans are pretty boring, and to be honest with you, everyone pretty much turns into a demon in Nocturne anyway. So you either got the law path or you got the chaos path. And when you go the chaos path, the true demon ending, oh man, it is so good. Like you actually don't give a shit about nothing. You actually indulge in the fact that you are getting these urges to figure out what you are, who you are now as the Demi-Fiend. And as the Demi-Fiend, you command the demons of hell, basically. In a nutshell, that's really what it is. You become so damn powerful that your entire... So basically, Shin Megami Tensei is basically a very more mature version of Pokemon. And this came before Pokemon, by the way. Before there was Pokemon, there was Shin Megami Tensei. It has been proven. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. I was there. But... So you have a general idea of where we're at on the spectrum. More mature version of Pokemon. In order to get quote unquote more Pokemon, or in this case demons or angels, basically, you don't throw Pokeballs at people, you talk to them, basically. And that's the big way of how you negotiate and bring in more people. And basically, as you recruit more demons, and the big thing about about this series is fusion is a big thing. You never really hold on to the same party members forever. You actually fuse you can fuse up to 2, 3, or even 4 demons and create new ones basically. And as you go through these games, you get more powerful versions. I mean, you even get Satan, Lucifer are in all these games, by the way, which I'll show you in just a second. But so Nocturne, getting back to Nocturne, that game is very special to me. That was back in 2000, very early 2000s. My mom got me. My mom took me to Family Video. I actually got to rent that game back on PlayStation 2. I have it over here, the PlayStation 2 version of the game, which our version was arguably better than the Japanese version because we got more content and it pissed off Japan. But the only thing that Japan got with their version is they didn't get Dante as the special hip collab character in their game. They got Raito, which Raito is part of the Shimigami Tensei. He's part of a spin-off series. But so basically you got Nocturne on PS2, and then you got the HD remaster, which basically you get Raito in that version, and if you want Dante, you have to buy it as DLC, which I think is scummy. But going back to my main point is everything about Nocturne and you being the demon fiend and actually, going down the true demon path and actually exploring and actually becoming the actual powerful force that actually shapes the world, because regardless of which side you go with, you are the driving force that shapes this world, because you have all this power. You have to decide what you're going to do with the world, basically. Now, what was cool about that game is just what I just told you. Well, in this game, Nahobino really does remind me a lot of the Demi-Fiend, because you got the same logic in this game. You got the angels, you got the demons, and you got the neutral path, which in Vengeance, there's no neutral path. Neutral path is in the vanilla version of 5, but in this game, you either side with the angels or you're siding with the demons, basically. And it doesn't really matter which side you go with. I personally think going Chaos actually fits this character, because you are this driving force that actually makes a difference in this game world. You are role-playing a character that literally no one else has the ability to become a Nahobino, not until much later in the game. And no matter what, you kill those other Nahobinos, and you literally show people, you know what, it doesn't matter what kind of god or divine entity is in the world, you crush the shit out of them. And he really reminds me of the Demi-Fiend. That's really what I'm trying to get at the end of the day. These two games in particular are pretty special to me.
Nothing. I'm not lonely or anything.
Yeah, you are.
I own this whole time,
And to go back to what you were saying about Neptune, Joseph, they definitely share the same voice actors from Neptune and God Eater. Because I actually was playing God Eater 1 the other night, and they actually have a lot of anime voice actors in that one. They even have another character from the Neptune games voiced in that one too.
Anyways, thanks for bringing me along all this way. I'm gonna hang around here for a bit longer, so just let me know if you want me to come with you. Well, I'm out of here. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you leave. Yeah, I don't need you to tell me about this shit. Alright, so TK, you're still here, right? After the whole big ass yap session. Which one of my buttons? Alright, I'm making sure that you're here. Alright. I gotta remember, how do I get is it party? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Okay, so we have our Nahobino. He looks like a cyborg, but he's not. He's a godlike entity. Listen, there's no doubt where they're going with this character. He does look like a woman. He does look very female-esque. He had long hair, is actually cool. I love the fact that he's literally got a common rider Common Rider weapon. His fingers literally turn into his weapon, basically. Now, in these games as well, let's talk about this too, so you get a general idea what we're dealing with here. So, obviously, this is a new Game Plus file, and I have pretty much everything maxed out stat-wise. But in this game, every time you level up, you get anywhere from 3 to 5 stat points, basically, and then you have to choose what you want to go down. So strength affects physical defense and your melee damage. Vitality is just raw damage reduction and gives you more HP. Magic gives you more MP, affects your magic damage. Agility affects your how fast your character is on the turn order, and also gives you dodge rating, so you can actually dodge enemy attacks. Luck affects your crit chance and your drop chance, basically. So if you're playing a new game, from the beginning, basically, you would have to decide what you're going to go down with. But with me, I pretty much went with a hybrid, mostly physical DPS. So basically, how this game works. Okay, so how these games work is this, and Joseph will be able to understand this. So he's played Persona. So yes, listen, I'm going to explain it. Don't just listen. So in Persona, the main character is basically the wild card. He's able to basically, because the difference between Shin Megami Tensei and Nocturne is in Persona, the main character, they all have demons, basically, but the main character is the only one that can summon and use multiple personas in that game. And that's basically your demons in that game. Where every other character that you have in your party, they only get one character in that game. Well, in this game, the main character, basically, depending on what route you go down, like my character, I decided I'm going full hyper support, basically. This Veil ability gives you enormous damage reduction, so I went with that, and then almighty and physical damage, depending on what I want to. Depending on, the enemy's weakness. And that's pretty much what I do with this character. Now, to make up for the fact that we're not the wild card from Persona, your other demons basically make up your weaknesses, or you're lacking. So I got the best healer in the game, the best support in the game, which, yes, it is a DLC, and yes, I did buy it, and yes, I got it for 75% off. You better bet your damn bottom dollar I am not going to buy that full price. You're crazy. But yeah, you got support demons that literally in this game, to give an example, in all the Shin Megami Tensei games and Persona games, there's buffing and there's debuffing, and then there's healing. So a support character is going to not only heal, but they are going to buff and debuff. So in this case, this character comes with the best heal in the absolute game, and this is how overpowered this is. So with this character, this bowl ability, basically, what this does is it allows your heal, your whatever heal you're using, it allows you to go above the max HP of that ability, basically doing overhealing in terms of the MMO terms. Now, her heal, not only does it do AoE, and it does the best healing output in the game, with this buff, she can put shields on the target, and she also comes with Luster Candy. Now, what Luster Candy is it's all the best offense and defensive buffs in the game built into one. So not only is she giving shields, if she overheals everybody, if they're already at full HP, you're giving the best buffs in the game to everybody. So in this game, your support characters actually do a lot of good shit, and it's ridiculous. She's very overpowered. And then, like, your other demons will, you're obviously going to build demons based around where you're at in the game. I honestly went down and, like, got probably the best demons in the game. Like, I remember I was going through and actually getting a lot. But here is actually Satan. Now, Satan is actually pretty good. I'm probably never going to really use him because, let's be honest, like, I got the characters I want to use, but this guy in particularly, now he is from Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse. Now he's a big deal in that game because the main character of that game, he dies and he's the godlike entity that basically, instead of playing like the Nahobino or the Demi Fiend, you got this guy in that game, and basically he just wants to live. Basically, he basically wants to create the chaos root in that game. He wants to be the one to rewrite the world, basically create the world in his image, basically wipe out whatever the world is that they were in at that point and rewrite it himself. That's what his whole mentality is, basically. And in this game, you actually get to play with him. He's actually a party member that you can actually recruit, and he is the other DLC demon that you can get. He's pretty damn good. Like, he's very powerful. I haven't maxed out all of his stats yet. Still working on that, but he is a physical DPS. He does a lot. He's the one I bring in if I want the extra press turns, but got a lot of awesome characters. But in addition to Vengeance, you get these guest characters, right? You got Yoko. She looks, listen, Evo actually looks pretty stunning, okay? She looks pretty stunning. Now, Evo turns into this later on. This is her actual final form. If you go down the chaos route in this game, which is the true ending in my opinion, you get her basically, and then when you go in the new game plus, you just get to be able to summon her at this point, which is nice because I don't want to sit here playing the game with the guest version of her, because yeah, she's cool to use as a guest or whatever, and she's very powerful, but you don't get to really build the character yourself. They're just guest characters, and if your other characters are not built. Now this character, I got all the really strong characters from the base game in my party right now, because my main thing was I was trying to build out certain characters to do certain things for press turns, basically. Now, she was the main demon that you got in the vanilla version of the game of 5. If you went the neutral route, you could only get her in the neutral route. And I finally got her when I was playing, and before you say anything, this guy right here, I think if I remember right, this is his mom. I think that's his mom. But they're interconnected, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. These two characters are interconnected. They come from the same world. She is all about she's, in a nutshell, she just wants to be good to people and do the right thing, where our boy over here, he don't give a shit about that. He is all about doing whatever he wants to do and create the world in his image. And then you got Mary over here. Now, if you're, I don't like saying religion, but, if you're a Christian, or, well, actually it's Catholic, because they believe in Mary and all that, you actually get her as a playable character in this game. And it's pretty crazy. Like, let's look at this. You got a lion right there. That's a lion. You got an eagle. You got a bull. You got a fucking dinosaur. T-Rex right there. And what the hell is this? A fish? Like, you get a fish right there. Like, how cool is that? Now, she was from the vanilla version of the game too. Now, I'll go ahead and show some other stuff off when we get to that point, but she was supposed to be the quote-unquote best support in the game, in the vanilla version of the game, but they came out with a DLC. Actually, I don't think she was a DLC. I think she was the best healer in 5 was actually she was just in the game, but she should have been a DLC character. But This was supposed to be the best healer in the game, best support in the game, but this other character does everything this character does, but on steroids. So what I was going to do is make this character more of a light DPS with Win. That's where I was going at with this. Now, here we go. We got all these we got all these characters. We got all these demons over here. We got Satan over here. We got Mary over here. We actually get we actually get angels in this game too. Here's Gabriel, the archangel Gabriel. You also get Raphael is in here. Uriel's in here. I can't remember the other ones. I'll have to get into that and show. But here's Alice. I love Alice. Alice in every game. I always go out of my way to get Alice. Alice is a big deal. Alice is just this little girl that just wants to kill people. In a nutshell. If you don't want to play with her, she just wants to murder you. In a nutshell. And I just flat out made her my shadow DPS, basically. That's what she is. Now in this game, in order to get the best defense in the game, because in this game, how damage works in this game is you got normal attacks, you got your normal damage, and then you got your normal attack command, which is physical, your normal base physical damage. Then you have criticals, and then from there you got your elemental damages, which have elemental weaknesses depending on what elements enemies are weak to, and these elemental weaknesses give you extra turns. This is a turn-based game, but it's called the press turn system. That's when all these in all these games, Shin Megami Tensei, Nocturne, they all use the same thing. But in each game, they have a different thing that makes it its own niche and its own thing for that game. But in this game, you got elemental damage, you got elemental weaknesses. Elemental damage also can crit. So you can also get critical weaknesses, which not only does hitting weaknesses of elemental damage and physical damage give you extra press turns, getting criticals just guarantees you a press turn on top of that. So if you get a critical weakness on top of that, you get a mega turn after that. So the idea in these games is you got to build your party around having a balanced team. That one character is your mega support character that absorbs all the damage, that heals everybody, that debuffs and buffs and obviously heals. And then you got like your main character, and they are like normally the main character. You build them around being a tank, basically. They absorb damage for your other party members. And then in this game, you actually have certain demons that are actually flat out full on tank roles in this game, which is pretty cool too, because there is an ability in these games called Taunt. Taunt is very overpowered, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on here. We got Shiva, like he's from some kind of folklore. The great god who destruction and chaos of the world. He is the most worshipped god in Hinduism, alongside the Vishnu, which that is another playable character in this game that you can get. This is another god too. Now, this is his true form. He turns into the sun god basically, and that's the sun god version of him. I don't know why I have her in the party. I was doing something. I don't remember what I was doing, period, with this game, but got a lot of characters, and there's a lot going on here. So we'll start going here. How do I run? Okay, I remember. It's coming back to me. So here's our squad.
Report this, but you're clear to come through. Touching the
Now, Alagami is the demigod that we fused with.
The Tokyo we call home.
And this thing that he's about to touch, it's from Nocturne as well. It was the save, how you would save in that game. I'm just pointing that out. That's a big thing from Nocturne. But in that game, it wasn't. They were red and not this yellow, this white color though. See, there we defused. God, I love this game.
Are we back in Tokyo?
Hell yeah, we are.
This is Joey University's medical research lab. We came in here through the Bethel terminal. That form just now. Explain yourself.
How about you suck my balls instead? I ain't telling you nothing. She's another archangel that turns later.
To understand, you went against the condemnation. Answer, boy. Bethel will have no mercy for one who violates the will of God.
Listen, I never said I was on your side.
Wait, Master Abdiel.
She plays a big role. She's the Yoko from the first game.
But he's an innocent bystander. Please forgive him.
The saint.
She's the saint, basically.
Furthermore, we both know God's laws are not so easily broken. Unbreakable, even.
Then, how would you account for this?
Allow the Japanese branch to look into it.
You heard her.
Though, what I can tell you is that this is the one they lost all those years ago.
Now, in a nutshell, Alagami is an artificial. He's like a machine, basically. He's man-made. He's a man-made demon, basically.
By the return of your subordinate, not angered by it.
He's kind of like a machine. He's kind of like 2B. Let's go with that. He's kind of like 2B.
However, I am placing full responsibility on the Japanese branch to investigate.
How don't you just do the shit yourself? Quit trying to bully kids, man. Come on now.
Man, talk about scary. What's up with her?
I don't know. You suck her cock later.
Headquarters.
I was starting to worry about all of you. Nevertheless, welcome back. I think an explanation is in order. Would you mind joining me in the meeting room?
I don't really have a choice now, do I? Now, in this game, like I said, there's law and there's chaos. She's part of the law. Yoko is chaos. So basically, you get those two become. We don't really give a shit about that because we got the main one in our stable. But in this game, you get guest characters, like I said, and these guest characters, those two become a part of your squad for a big chunk of the game, and then basically throughout the game and throughout big major events of the game, you have to make a decision that in order to basically agree with law or agree with chaos. So either you're going to agree with the saint or you're going to agree with Yoko, and that's kind of how this game works. There's no neutral, like I said, there's no neutral route, just full on good versus evil. And we're definitely going. You already know where I'm going, where I stand. Oh yeah, I think I made Loki just full on DPS. I didn't care about giving him any defense whatsoever, and that's fine because I do that. I make up for that with the Nahobino. You decided to go to the meeting where Tao is waiting. How about no?
Now, where do I start?
I don't know. Where do you start?
But first, who are you? Your uniform is from St. Marina Girls High School, right?
She is very jealous, by the way. Tao, who is the saint, she's very jealous. She gets very jealous. She wants to know who people are. And Yoko, by default, she is all about the main character. She is all in that. She is very dominant. She makes that very apparent. She don't trust anyone else. She don't give a shit about nobody else, but she gives a shit about the main character. And you, as the role-playing fiend that you are, when you play these RPGs, you are just you lock in with Yoko right away. Tao, there's nothing wrong with Tao. She's like the good girl. She wants to be... She wants to be all for justice, and she's sheltered. That's like the best way I could describe it. She's sheltered. She doesn't really know better, and she's kind of soft. I'm all about Yoko. I'm Team Yoko.
I'm Yoko Hiramine. For personal reasons, I'm not actually attending school right now.
Yeah, because she is a saint as well, but on a bigger scale, and she's already murdered people. Flat out, other students. It's hardcore.
We met her in this version of Tokyo that looked like a wasteland. She helped us when we were attacked by a demon. Oh, I should probably mention that I'm working with the Bethel Japanese branch, and I have the power to fight demons. But how are you able to fight against them?
I've possessed this strange power for a long time. Some have even called me a saint. My potential was even recognized at school, and I was taught how to exorcise demons.
There you go.
Learned at school, huh? Fascinating.
So how's it going with you, Joseph?
I've been collecting herbs.
I'm the same way.
That's cool, dude.
I've had spiritual powers ever since I was little. And everyone at
It's
Bethel
because I really, really need to get to a point where I can start making Northrend flasks.
They're a pain in the ass.
I'm still short of it.
You got to get Frost Lotus, and Frost Lotus is only a chance based off of looting Northrend herbs.
Never mind that for now.
I've got 21 so far.
That's not bad. If you're elixir spec, you're gonna get the most out of that.
If I told you the
I believe I'm transmute.
this whole time was a lie,
Could be wrong though.
would you believe me?
Maybe I did go elixir and I just don't know.
It'll tell you in your spell book,
18 years
right
ago,
under General tab.
something happened in the Kyoto ward of Tokyo that suddenly erased the city from the rest
I am
of
an
Japan.
elixir master.
So you'll get anywhere from 2 to 5 to 10 flasks on proc. Now, granted, the 10 proc is very, very rare, and you'll probably never see those.
Its population of over 10
The
million
thing I care
people
about is
went
getting
dead
two at a
in
time.
a matter of minutes, lost to the netherworld.
What are you talking about, Isokami?
So TK, if you're still here, dude, what's going on with you tonight? Tell me about it. I haven't. Dude, you kind of fell off the face of the earth, man, for a little bit there.
The Tokyo you're referring to is an act of God. Through his miracle, Tokyo and its people were perfectly recreated. No one suspected a thing. An act of God. 18 years ago.
Now, the act of God, I put my eyelashes on. Well, that's fine. I meant, what's going on with you, what have you been doing? Because I really haven't seen much of you. You haven't been showing up for anything, and I kind of thought something must have happened to you.
You mean everything up until now? It's all been fake?
Yeah, that world that we're living in, the good Tokyo, that's all a lie. That's a fake. Now, here's the deal. 18 years ago is the events of the Shimigami Tensei 4 and 3 Nocturne, and a lot of that shit in those games, they need to come out with 4 on modern platforms, because that shit is locked down in jail on the 3DS, and finding a website to actually get those ROMs for those games is like hard to find.
Hold on. What are you after?
Shimigami Tensei 4 and 4 Apocalypse.
4 and 4 what?
So it's Shimigami 4, and then there's Shimigami 4 Apocalypse.
Okay.
They're two.
It cut out when you were saying that second one.
I know. I don't know what it is. I think I need to get a new setup at some point, but that's not happening anytime soon.
That's impossible.
The real Tokyo has been completely overrun by demons.
You're damn right. It's been overran. That's where.
The demons
Now I don't know this for sure, but
our souls.
the original Tokyo and all that shit that happened in 4 and 3, mostly in 3, why that shit actually blew up is because if you go down the true demon route, your actions as the demi fiend bleed into this game, I believe.
Apologies for dragging you into this.
Hey, haven't I seen you somewhere?
Now this guy right here, he's like the president of the Brethel branch. And he looks like Noragami because Noragami or Aragami is his clone, basically. Aragami is based off this guy, and that's why they look similar, basically. That's why they call each other brother.
Director Koshimizu, one of the top-ranking officials in the Japanese branch.
Now, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this a little bit. He is the other. He's the other Nahobino option that you get in this game because Ahobino basically he dies momentarily. He doesn't quote unquote die, but he gets Hakai'd out of existence for a little bit. We lose the power as the Nahobino, and then that guy steps in, and we get the new version of Nahobino, and it's like really awesome looking, and he actually looks like a damn Power Ranger at that point, and I'm all about it.
Indeed. Glad to see you made it back in one piece. Now that you've been made aware of what happens to the real Tokyo, to put it plainly, the forces of order and chaos are currently clashing behind the scenes. Demons seek human souls. If given the chance, they would flood the real world in an instant. They are extremely dangerous.
Listen, no shit, demons are dangerous.
Man is dedicated to protecting Tokyo and keeping the demons at bay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say this right now. I think everybody in this game is like. It's kind of like if you've ever watched Princess Mononoke in that movie, no one is quote unquote the bad guy or a bad person. They all are doing what they believe. Hold on.
It's very difficult.
Did you say? Why does it say Trump? That's crazy, though. I'll have to look into that, Joseph. Thank you for pulling that out, by the way, because I actually want to play those. I was playing 4 for a long time. I need to find all the Fire Emblem games on there too, but I'll dive into that later. Playing a lot of Fire Emblem on the emulator, but Forgot what I was saying, but it don't matter. Listen, this game is these games are amazing.
The demons are relentless, however, and the unfortunate truth of the matter is that we're woefully lacking in manpower.
We are woefully. I remember I was saying, of course, demons are dangerous, but you know, angels are pretty dangerous too. But anyway, in that movie, no one is quote unquote a bad guy or evil or whatever. Everyone just believes in what everyone believes, what they believe. Everyone has their own opinion, and they act on it. Right? They're very about what they do. In that movie, the main character is basically us, the viewer, and we're viewing the world through his eyes, basically, he's basically a prince from this clan that's been cut off from the world, basically. Like, he's untouched, he's unclouded by hate, basically. He doesn't know what hate or anger is until literally this boar god that gets infected with a demon comes into his area. He defends his clan, and that demon touches his arm and infects his arm, basically, and he automatically gets absolutely banished from his clan until he can get rid of that impurity on his arm, basically. And what's cool about it is it's not actually cool that he gets this, but what's cool is that he gets tainted by that boar and by that demon. And the demons in this movie are all based around emotions of who they possess, basically. So it's like he gets tainted by this, and every time he gets pissed off and emotional, it's really the emotions of that boar feeding off of Ashitaka's own emotions in that moment. And what's cool is it's literally, it's going to kill him, but every time he gets really emotional, whatever, it gives him like godlike strength, basically, like superhuman strength, basically. And like there's a moment like when he's on his horse. Well, he's not on a horse, he's got like this it's like a goat and a sheep got together and had a baby. That's like the best way I can describe it. One of them like devil goats that, you know, they want to ram people all the time, and a sheep, basically. But he's on this animal, basically, and this is at the very beginning of the movie, and he's watching these bandits literally pillage and rape the village of its riches and of its women, and he is not about it. Because Ashitaka, you have to understand, he's a prince, he's been cut off from the world, but he has good morals inside of him. And what's cool about Ashitaka is he makes his own decisions. He doesn't give a shit about the fact that there's deities in the world and whatever. He is all about, he is very black and white as a character. And when he sees all this stuff happening in front of him, he takes action about it, and he gets his animal and he charges in down. He's on this hill, basically. From his village, he has to go through the Great Forest, basically. When he goes through the Great Forest, it gives him... when he goes through the Great Forest, basically, it gives him, like... that forest has, like, been touched by God, basically. And when you go through that, and if you're of pure of heart, basically, and you're actually a good person, and you don't have any, like, maliciousness in your heart, it gives you... because he was carrying a guy with him that he found, that this dude got blown up by a bomb, basically, and he was carrying this guy through the forest, and it gives him temporarily increased strength, basically. So as he goes through this forest, he was even injured, as well, but that force healed his wounds basically and made him stronger. So he comes out of that forest and he gets that guy, and he's carrying this guy. He's got this guy wrapped around his body basically. He's got him on his back, and he's got this thing wrapped around him that's holding that guy on his back basically. And he's seeing all this stuff happen in this village. And he's on this big hill basically. He goes down this hill on his animal, and he has his animal sprint at full speed. And he basically tells these people to stop, and these bandits obviously are not listening. He was like, "This is your last warning. Don't make me do this." What do you think they do? They make him do this. And what's cool is he's not like your typical shonen anime character. He doesn't have superpowers. He doesn't have, he doesn't have some overpowered weapon. All he has basically a knife, like a machete. That's like the best way I can describe it. He has a machete, but it's like an oversized knife basically. Like that knife, like Crocodile Dundee, Joseph, like his knife basically. It looks like that, but smaller. But anyway, he's got his knife, and he's got a bow and some arrows. And he mostly uses his bow and arrows. That's what he prefers. But he definitely can fight with his knife. And what's cool is he gets very pissed off in the moment. Like his emotions are running high, and every time he gets emotional or something, so basically anytime he gets really emotional, the demon power, the taintness of that demon that touched him and he got tainted by that, it takes over his hand. It gives him like inhuman power basically, strength basically. And he takes his bow and he takes his arrow, puts it in his bow, and he pulls that thing back. And as soon as he lets that thing go, you hear the sheer sound that arrow makes, and it goes and it hits that dude right on the neck, and it takes that dude's head off basically. And it doesn't shy away from the violence and the gore either. It knocks that dude's head off. And then this other guy that's basically, chasing after him, he says something that enrages that demon, that demon that's tainted him, that he's infected with. That thing starts going and getting pissed off, and then his arm starts going all crazy and shit, and it starts acting on its own. He shoots another she shoots another arrow off from his bow. He knocks this dude's head clean off, and the guy next to him coming up on him as well. And I don't know, it's just, God, I love that movie. I've watched that movie a lot. But same kind of concept in this game. There isn't really a good or evil. There isn't really a good or a bad person. It's more of an extreme of black and white towards you, the main character. Obviously, we know there's good and evil. We obviously know that there's good people and there's bad people. We obviously know that the people have morals and some people just do not have morals. And people who do not have morals are normally, people that, are unmorally good people. That's just how it is. That's how it is in this game. It's the same concept from Princess Mononoke to this game. That's how I see it. That's how I interpret it. There's good and evil. There's angels and there's demons. There's God and there's God. There's the devil. There's Jesus and there's Lucifer. That's how it is in a nutshell. There's good and evil. There's God and Satan. There's Jesus and Lucifer. There's angels and demons. That's basically it in a nutshell. And it applies to this game too, where it's like you as the player have to decide. You got to make your decision. You got to stick with it, basically.
In fact, mental strength is so short of a mark.
I'm out of breath a little bit.
I heard the report. So, you're a demon exorcist from St. Marina Girls High School. That place is HQ's jurisdiction, but I'll put in a word. Could I ask for your strength in service of Tokyo?
Is that something I could help with too, Mr. Prime Minister?
You mean protecting...
Yeah, I'll do whatever I can.
Does I?
Look, I'm borderline useless at school, and I'm always making trouble for other people.
Now this guy, this character in general, he's the wuss basically. He's the one that all the bullies bully at school. They kick his ass basically, and he's basically your nonchalant. He wants to do good by people. He wants to be the one that actually in the vanilla version of the game, he's the one that wants to do good to the point that he's willing to do whatever it takes to do good. So he does whatever he's the most extreme version of the greater good basically. You know, sometimes in life, in order to do the right thing, you're going to have to do something that basically you're gonna have to do something that there's never a right answer with it. It's not, this thing that you do, it's for the greater good. It's not morally good or evil, but it's not good. It's not great, and he's all about that whole philosophy.
But even a guy like me wants to be someone people can...
I do not understand that.
Your courage. I've heard about you. So you fused with Algami, is that it? I'll be asking for your cooperation as well.
Listen, I never signed up for this.
But you have no choice in the matter.
But you have no choice. You know what? I do have a choice. You can suck my balls, man. I'm not Hobino. I hold everything in my hand. I just have to say this as well about this game, and in the vanilla version of the game too, and Nocturne. So in Nocturne, at the very end of Nocturne, regardless of what alignment you go, you basically reshape the world. You basically are God at the end of the game. You even fight God, you kill God, you get his power, you reshape the world. The world is reborn, and from whatever side whatever vision that you sided with basically in that game. In this game, it's no different. You get to the very end of the game, depending on what alignment you are. Since you're the Nahobino, you're the only one that can transform the world into the new world. So it's like the fact that guy says you have no choice in the matter, that is a lie. We have choice. We hold all the chips on the table. And what I love about Origami is he's a very neutral character. He doesn't give a shit about, morals, good and right, whatever. He literally gives a shit about what you want, basically. That is what at the end of the day, he is all about what you want to do. Even though together you become a godlike being, he literally is the muscle of the operation, and it takes two to tango. It takes two to make a child, basically. I think that's the best representation. It takes two to make a child. You have the man, he supplies the seed, and the woman is, she takes that seed, she holds that seed for 10 months or 6 months or whatever, and she creates life with it. It's the same thing with this situation. We do have a choice.
You as well, Hiramine. Would you lend us your demon exorcising abilities?
No, I'm all about the main character. I'll do it if he's doing it.
If I can operate alongside him, then I'll do it.
If I can operate alongside Avery. Listen, Evo is all about the High Sister. That's all that matters. At the end of the day.
I have no objections. Thank you for your assistance.
I'm thankful the Proto-Fiend returned safely, though I've never heard of it fusing with a human before.
I played a role in Algami's creation myself. I'll be running a variety of tests lasts later.
So right there, so he is a proto-fiend, okay? So he was man-made, basically. He's not an android. He's not exactly a machine. He's a machine. He's a man-made demon in a nutshell. That's really what it is. He is a proto-fiend. He's basically kind of like the proto-Warframes from Warframe. They still look human, but they have the Warframe powers. They even look Warframe-ish. That's what it is in a nutshell.
Algami, I'd like to examine your memory data. Make your way to the research facility later today. Understood. I'll visit with the rest of you some other time. For now, I want you to go home and get some rest.
In other words, he's saying, I don't give a shit about you other people. Go home, go rest, get out of my sight. I don't give a shit.
Sir,
And lastly, Yuzuru Hatsuta. Well done in coming back unharmed. Your summoning skills must have improved. I'll be sure to grant you an even stronger demon companion next time.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, now we get to talk to all these assholes. Now, here we are. So, TK, you still here, right? He might be still here. He probably isn't. But this is what our main character looks like. We are this majestic young man.
I should apologize for hiding the fact that I was involved with Bethel. I didn't want to get you involved, but I also didn't think the situation would become as dire as it is.
Yeah, well, it did.
dude, I get to protect. I'm gonna be fighting alongside all those big names at school. A big reason I don't do all that well in school is because, honestly, even though my parents aren't divorced, they really don't get along. So I guess I've always just been looking for a way to fix things. But if I side with my dad, my mom gets all pissed. And it's the same for my old man if I ever side with my mom. I don't know what's right anymore.
Well, nothing's right anymore.
Protecting Tokyo from demons, though? That's gotta be a good thing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm glad we're both all right. Let's work together to keep Tokyo safe.
Listen, I'm not gonna keep Tokyo safe, dude. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm glad to see you all have. I'm glad to see you all return safely, and I see Origami has come back as well, unexpected, but fortunate nonetheless. I'll make arrangements so that you and the others may be granted entry here as members of Bethel. I'm not a member of Bethel, okay? That will allow you to access the terminal and use the virtual trainer. The virtual trainer of the device is at the Tokyo Diet building in the Netherworld. I believe you've been there before. I also have a miniature terminal installed in your room at the dorm. You're free to use it as you wish. That is all. You should take it easy and rest up for today. Listen, I don't need to worry about this shit. I don't care about it right now. Oh, what I got. Thank you for returning Algami to us. For the time being, you should return to your usual school life. I'll do what I want. What's Evo have to say?
So this is the Bethel Japanese branch. Looks like we really are back in Tokyo. I'm relieved we were able to escape the Netherworld.
We should probably head back. Speaking of which, what about her?
I should get going as well. I'll see you later.
Listen, I'm all about her, man. Tal, Tal is Tal. We don't listen. Tal's a good girl. There's no doubt about it. But I'm not about that. I'm about very mature women that actually want to take action and are not timid. and they actually give a shit about me, and they're about me in general. Let's be honest. I know what you might be thinking after hearing that, Joseph. I know what you're thinking. Alright, can I actually, I don't necessarily want to do a side quest. I'm a researcher plus the history on which I've been using essences. There's still a lot of we don't understand about them, but it's yeah. You know, it would be helpful if you could use a skill like that. How about it? You think you could learn that for me? At the present, you could. You're really the only one who can make use of essences. You'll be doing me a huge favor by letting me gather data from you. I don't know. I guess maybe. Well, we'll see. Okay, so we gotta go back home. We gotta go back to being a high schooler. Oh, did you know there's a renowned research lab nearby? Oh, and the hospital attached to it is equally strange. But I heard the Prime Minister has been visiting the place quite often lately. You don't think that he's sick, do you? I really hope he's alright. Listen, he's fine. He owns the place. How do I, Oh shit, that's right. I gotta go back and play the original, the vanilla versions of the game and get the last 3 endings. That's why, that's shit. Well, it's gonna take a long ass time before I can get to that point, but, yeah, that's what I gotta do. I think that's the last thing I was really gonna do is come back at some point and actually play through this again. I'm gonna go to my room and actually go to bed. Okay. You want to go to bed? Yeah, I do kind of want to go to bed. We're going to read our book. You should rest for the day. We're going to put our book away. We're going to lay down and be a good little champ. Now in this game,
Did you know all gods in existence were born of a single entity, sprung forth from the one ruler of this world?
now in the original game there was only, you know, law and chaos and neutral. Basically there's law, neutral, chaos. There's God, there's the devil. There was those 2 forces, and then there was neutral, basically. And the neutral path has some kind of, you know, entity that, or main human force behind that was the leader of that. But in this game, there's law and there's chaos, but there's also this third faction, and they're all these women, and they're trying to basically, well, I won't spoil it, but they play a big role in this potato chip too.
When the reign of a god begins, tradition dictates that a new world shall rise, manifested of the god's knowledge. However, the knowledge of the gods was stripped away and settled instead into the paltry souls of humanity.
So how's your urban going, Joseph?
Hence, the gods no longer possess the capacity for
Slow.
Slow and steady. Are you finding any?
all this is the doing of the Creator. It is the law.
It is the law.
Brought forth upon us.
Couple stacks here and there.
Well, that's pretty good.
In this world, the god of law has forged. Humanity
The issue is that my druid just isn't able to deal with the enemies in certain areas next to herbs.
order.
Yeah.
As much as I would love to say I can fly up high enough to still grab the herbs and avoid being hit, that is far from the case. Even enemies on the ground, I still have to get close enough to the herb that lets me be close enough in their fucking hit range. So I still get slapped by things while I'm trying to get herbs, so I just leave.
Well, if you have the hit rating, you should be fine to kill those things.
Not when they do upwards of 2,000 damage to me per hit and I have 8k health.
Morning. Yesterday was mess, huh? I really am glad you're okay after all that. Okay, stretching it. Yeah, I know. But what do you mean? That was a lot to deal with. Oh, I mean, I know what you mean. That was a lot to deal with. All that stuff about demons and gods and weird supernatural conflict. I feel a little overloaded too. Listen, you don't feel overloaded. You know all about this shit. Don't lie to me, bitch. But all these gods across the world are working together to keep peace. No, they're not. Let's keep what happened yesterday a secret, okay? For now, we can just get back to being plain old high school students. How about no?
See ya.
Anyway, I'll see you later. Listen. Look at my bag, though. My bag is the shit. You see this? Well, I know you can't see it, Joseph. But listen. This bag is cool. Do 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 do. Morning. Now Tao's got a hard on for this chick. And she loses her damn mind at this point.
Stand her. How long do you think until she cracks? I can't wait to see her break down in tears.
She's being bullied basically on an extreme level. And she starts getting suicidal and shit. And then this entity, this evil demon comes out and starts feeding into that and tries to turn her.
Why is this happening? It's all their fault. I wish they'd all just disappear. What? Who's there?
I kind of wish that she was an actual character that you got to party with. And she notices that we're watching her. There's nothing strange about us watching people, right? There's nothing creepo about that whatsoever. Now we're gonna talk to this shit. Now,
Mother told me what happened yesterday. Tao returned after that, so we went back together. Thank you for helping my brother.
listen, I wasn't helping him. I was helping myself.
That reminds me. Are you free after school today?
I don't know. Am I free after school today? Maybe. What is it?
I was just hoping you could. You remember that dream, Tao? It reminded me of a prince from another country comes specifically for me. Even back then, the idea was kind of embarrassing to. Oh, but the prince wasn't riding the typical white horse and all that. He sailed a boat through the night sky. And it's weird. On the days when I had that dream, I
Well, this is some foreshadowing. The shit that she's talking about right now actually comes into fruition, but
But
it's fine.
I don't know the first thing about interpreting dreams, so I'm not sure what to do, if any. Doesn't our school have an occult research club? If you happen to know anyone.
Yeah, whatever. I'll do it.
Oh, just so if you hear anything, sorry I'm imposing.
Listen, you're just forcing your bullshit onto me, man. It isn't like I have a choice in the matter. Listen, don't get all snippy with me, bitch. Gnome face, bitch. That has no face.
Morning, man.
Well, it's Dazai.
Me? I stayed in Bethel. Got this big lecture about how this demon summoning stuff works. And the Bethel guys even said I've got this natural talent for it. That means I can protect people. Like a real hero. Anyhow, sorry to bug you.
Yeah, you're bugging me, dude. Dude, listen, I'm trying to find some shit out.
Oh, you know.
I don't think there's anything else down here that I need to really check out.
No.
We're just skipping all this because we really don't need to honestly be about this at all, period. They're all just talking about the shit that's happening around us and we're living it. Now, I can't remember how to bring out the oh, there it is. Yeah. He's over there. Okay. So I might have to talk to her and then that eventually opens up. Why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Who are you? What do you want from me? Look, I don't have anything to say to you. Just leave me alone. Wow, you could actually not quit being a cunt and actually be nice to me, you know? Maybe I'm trying to help you out, man.
No, you're not.
Damn, look at her face, though. Her eyes actually follow us, by the way. Look at that shit. She is pissed. I imagine that's what TK looks like when he's mad. I honestly feel like that's a lot how... I honestly feel like TK looks that way, Azure, and a couple other people we run with. She is just so pissed off, dude. She has every right to be pissed off, though. Those people are being mean to her. I don't blame her. Okay. Oh, Yoko's here, man.
All rise. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Today we have a transfer student joining our class. This is Yoko Hiromine.
Yoko Hirime. Listen, that is just Evo in a nutshell.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I hope we get along.
Well, I imagine Evo's white. I don't know if Evo is actually white or not. I just imagine that she is, though.
Whatever she may need.
Does that really matter? No, it doesn't. In the grand scheme of things, skin color doesn't really matter. It just puts more a face to what you're trying to look at or envision.
That's it for today, everyone.
All rise. Thank you, sir.
Listen, we just daydreamed the whole time. We weren't actually doing schoolwork or listening to the teacher at all.
I transferred over here since we'll be working together for a while.
Bethel scares me. It's a pleasure. Bethel scares me. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to pick that one. I'm looking up the answer just to make sure. I'm pretty sure I'm right because I want to go with the chaos route again. Pretty sure that's what. Oops. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to go with. Holy shit! I can't get this. I can't type. Listen, I have one thing that I just want. Okay, finally, we're at the shit. Where's this question at? Okay, that is not what I'm looking for. Hold on, I'm trying to look for this. Oh my god, this thing actually wants me to... Okay. Damn, there's actual, like, fucking ads on this website, and I don't have, I have add-ons for that, or ad blockers for that. Listen, I'm just gonna go with what I think is the right answer, and we'll figure it out from there, I guess. That's all I can really do anyway.
Likewise. I'll be counting on you and Aogami quite a bit here.
Well, yeah, you want us to carry you.
Of course, I'm here to help you as well. So if you need anything, let me know. Well, anyway, I would have loved to walk home together. But apparently I have to talk to some teachers. I'll see you later, okay? Take care.
I don't know, there's just something about Yoko that I really like her as a character. You know, it's like Tao is like the really good girl, and she's all about, you know, doing the good thing and shelter and all that bullshit. And, you know, it doesn't mesh well, where Yoko is just all about, she wants to be with you, she wants to be around you, she's about you, but she obviously knows what she wants, and she's going to obviously stand by what she believes and what she's going to do, but at the same time, she also is about what you're wanting to do as well.
Hey there.
Hey there, there's someone. Listen, nobody's leaving.
Hey,
I gotta talk to these assholes.
yo.
There ain't nothing about Yo-Yo here. Are you crazy? Hey, I've been watching this whole time. Awesome stream. And TK, I appreciate you being here, dude. What are you up to, TK? Tell me about it.
Hey!
I don't think you ever answered my question either, TK. You said you've been streaming as something, and I'm like, I asked you who that was, or what that was, or who that was, or...
Look, can I talk to you about something?
No, you can't. I don't feel
Come on,
like it.
Don't be a jerk.
What do you mean, don't be a jerk? Dude, listen, I'm not your emotional support animal, bitch. Do I look like your emotional support animal? No.
But I can't really talk about it at school. Maybe on the dorm roof.
God, why do I... What's so funny, Joseph? Explain.
A burp.
Oh, it sounded like you're laughing, because normally you do laugh about stuff. Alright, now we're finally getting the answer to that one chick's thing. Now we can go turn that bullshit in and go on and get on with the game. Oh damn, there sure she is. I kind of feel like she really should have been a big thing. Who's that?
Oh, Itakishima? She was hurt, so I just wanted to help a little. The nurse is out for the day, so I just did what I could. Look, do you know how Itakishima's been getting these injuries?
Yeah, she's getting the shit kicked in.
I don't know how to say this, but those bruises couldn't all be accidents.
They're not, because girls
I
are
wish I could help.
bitches, man. They are mean. Just like men, there are women, there are girls, there are bullies too, and they take to extreme levels.
I wish I could help.
Yeah.
Did you get any answers?
Oh, Tyner, did you get any answers? Yeah, I did. You told her what you heard about.
That's amazing. Well, I never knew Egyptian mythology had a god like that. So his name is Khonsu? This is so exciting. I didn't expect you'd find a myth that matched my dream, so he saves the ailing princess and then returns to the moon. This feels like a lot to take in. I wonder what it's like in Egypt. My health's always been too fragile to travel anywhere too far. So I've never been. I bet the sun
Oops.
is brighter there. I can't even imagine how the air must feel and smell. It's probably different from Tokyo in every way. To me, it may as well be another world.
So I can't move the sticks around or it'll advance the dialogue. I didn't know that, so...
Wait. Something feels in the story. Khonsu saves the princess of another country, but I'm not a princess. Not even close. And again, probably over. Still, it seems really interesting. Maybe I'll check out some books on Egyptian mythology next time I go to the library. Thank you for everything. This isn't much, but you deserve something for all that.
Thank you for everything, Tyner. Listen. Look, we just got a whole bunch of XP that, honestly, I don't really need for any of my characters, but I'll take it.
Oh, it's kind of scary, but the part where the girl dances with the Prince of the Moon is so beautiful. My brother recorded it for me. I've watched it so many times by now.
She's in some weird-ass anime about girls dancing for princesses, or for girls dancing for princes. I don't know if I'm about that. I think that's a little too much for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're done up here, and I think we just gotta talk to some more people which I don't need to read all this shit. This is just shit that guy you talk to progress the story. We'll be coming back here very soon, and it's gonna be overrun by demons, and shit's gonna hit the fan, and it's
Yesterday was eventful, wasn't it?
I don't know if I would say it was
I taught
eventful.
Gaza how to summon demons afterwards. We picked it up fast, and Bethel certainly isn't complaining. I just don't know if it was right. He was an ordinary student. I've drawn him into this conflict.
Listen, you didn't draw him into nothing. He wants to be a part of this
I chose
life.
to fight of my own volition. But does I? Not just him. I dragged you into this as well.
Listen, you didn't drag me into this either. Fate had a different path for me, okay? I became a god. I'm okay with that. Don't get all jealous and guilt trippy and all that shit that you're feeling because you feel like you drew us into this life. I'm fine. I'm okay with this.
If I'd been more capable, more powerful, maybe I could have handled this on my own.
Yeah, but you weren't. And you're just, you're weak, man.
But if I want to be stronger, I'll have to do my part on the front lines. Especially now that we have new power on our side.
So, Joseph, I got a question for you. How do you feel about yourself now that, where you're at in life right now? Now, granted, nothing's really changed other than the fact that, you've lost a lot of weight. You're actually taking care of yourself. I guess what I'm really trying to say is how do you feel about yourself now? You feel like you achieved a lot?
Let's both keep at it.
Tired.
Well, I guess that's true too. I guess you would be kind of tired at this point. It is. It's basically.
Almost 1 in the morning.
It's almost 2.
Yeah, it's almost 1.
I know. You should probably go to bed though.
Yeah.
I need to start going to bed at midnight probably and getting up every other time, but I don't know. I just like gaming at nighttime.
I just need to stop staying up until 5 in the morning to do it.
Yeah.
Go to bed sometime around, like, no later than 3.
There you go.
Yo,
I mean, when I was going to bed at 2 and getting up at 10, that was pretty good. Damn, I've been doing all this yapping for 2 hours, basically, and we've been playing. We haven't gotten into a single fight yet, man. Hopefully that's gonna change. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the roof because that bitch wants to talk to us.
Hey there. Thanks for coming. How'd you know?
Because I'm the main character and I know shit.
Yeah. I'm worried about her.
I'm worried about.
Rory's friend. Well, my best friend, really.
She ain't your best friend, cause if she was your best friend, why are you letting her get her ass kicked in by these bullies?
We used to be in lacrosse together. But she had to quit last year.
It's a game I
after
need to
they got
try
sick.
out and play.
What's that?
I didn't get very far in it.
What game's that?
Bully.
The old
Oh yeah.
They really resented her. A few people quit because Sahori's training regimen was just too much for them. She just wanted to make sure we were the best team we could be. You think there's anything I can do to help?
Yeah. Quit being a pussy. Stay with her?
I know, but she's been avoiding me.
Well, that's a her thing.
It's no reason to give up. I'll talk to her again tomorrow.
And how would talking solve anything?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry. I didn't intend to eavesdrop on you. So,
Oh no, it was my fault for not noticing.
in any case, apologies. I'll be on my way.
Hey! If you have an idea, I'll listen to it. I'm open to anything at this point. Whatever it is, I'll listen.
There's no sense talking to the teachers, and passive support is just useless.
You gotta kill them.
You're thinking in half measures. If you want to save your friend, that won't be enough. The only real way to help is to step in, do something directly to stop those who hate her. You really want to help? Then ask yourself if you're willing to kill the girls bullying her.
To kill them? I want to stop the bullying.
Well, that's what you gotta do. You gotta kill them and stop bullying. We took a dark turn. We went left field on this shit.
No. There is nothing she could want more. When trapped in a cycle, victims of abuse only want one thing. They want to take revenge.
Hiromine, that...
I'm sorry. It wasn't my place to say.
Listen, she just doesn't want. Yoko just doesn't want Tao being up in my business. I appreciate that.
Thanks for listening to me.
Not like I had a choice. You didn't want me to be a douche to you.
Think about it some more.
Yeah, you do go do that. You go think or whatever. You don't have the resolve. Ah, shit. You should rest for the day. Well, no shit, dude. I should do a lot of things with my life, but I'm not. Fine. Downloadable content is not acceptable. Speak to the Bethel researcher in Tokyo Diet Building to accept the DLC quest. This shit's available too. Finally, we can get down to business. We can go back to... I don't know. Do I need anything else?
Need anything?
Yeah, kind of.
Need anything? Always.
No, I want to go to the world of shadows. I want to look at that real quick.
Welcome to the choose the field you wish to know more.
I want to see the... Yeah, view compendium. I want to know where those other archangels are. That's really what I'm looking for right now.
The answer is up your ass to the left.
Listen, we're fine. I just don't remember. They might be special fusion. That's probably what it is. They're probably special fusion. That's why I probably can't find them here.
Not it.
It's all fucking disaster. Yeah, I have to go. I don't want to register anything, but we're gonna go with fusion, special fusion. It's probably, yeah, because Lucifer's here. I haven't even fused Lucifer yet. You could only do it in the. I think you can only do it because it's the hard difficulty, if I remember right. So, if I wanted to get Lucifer, I have to do it now. In order to get Lucifer, I have to get these assholes. Yeah, so you got Raphael, you got Uriel, Gabriel. Oh, there's no Tyrael here, but there is another one. But yeah, there's Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, and I thought there was another archangel.
Should be Lucifer and Michael. I know that the Persona games have Michael, that's for sure.
I'm looking for Michael. Oh yeah, that's right. Michael is from the. I know why I can't.
From all the other ones.
He's a special fusion from the vanilla version of the game. That's right. You have to go back to the vanilla version of the game and go towards the law side of the spectrum in order to get that. That's why I can't find him in this, which is fine. Another reason why I need to get through this game in order to get there.
Bullshit. Can't afford that ability. You're fucking punching me.
Quit punching yourself, dude. So is Lucifer a dark elemental? While active in the party, increase crit rate and grants a pierce effect to the standard attack for all allies. That's actually kind of absurd. He has healing abilities too. That's crazy. Someone just dinged me.
Dude, in the guild chat.
Oh.
I don't understand it. You see Greenman start saying something and then he just stops. It's the second time I've seen that happen so far.
Yeah. Metatron. one of the most important angels in the Hysterian, yet the most mysterious. He is. Listen, I don't even think Metatron was that. I don't think Metatron was an actual angel. I think he's just made up for this game. He
He's
look.
an angel, just not an archangel.
He looks cool though.
Scribe of God.
Beelzebub. I know he's an actual thing.
Another name for the devil.
The Lord of Flies and the Prince of Hell. There you go. I'm surprised, Joseph, that you're on top of this.
I've known about that name for a long time.
He's established as a high-ranking demon in the Bible, and he is multiple. He's multitude of flies are said to carry souls down to the abyss. It also has been stated that he is also a. Well, that's cool.
Might be a good idea. Bibles. Defense dash. Intelligence.
97%. Holy shit! I gotta complete this compendium. Alright, so view compendium.
Will you summon it?
No.
That's about where mine is on Persona 5.
Well, it's like, dude, I played the shit out of this game, and then I got to a point where I was just like, I kind of want to put this down for a little bit.
I haven't actually completed my run on Persona 5 Royal either.
Well, you should get back to that at some point.
I think I deleted a save or something.
Now then.
Okay, that is what I was trying to... Heard another ding. I think I learned all those are... Yeah, I learned all that. Yeah, Michael is definitely in the game because I have his essence. I just don't think I can access him because I haven't unlocked his fusion yet. But he comes in with loaded with a whole bunch of stuff on his essence though. Comes with probably the best fire ability in the game, repel fire. But that ain't what I'm looking for though. This show was awesome though. Shit, I gotta bring that back up. It is shit, dude. Why you gotta be such a bitch?
I don't know.
I'm not really talking to you about that. I'm just irritated.
Possible for me to get a half decent mage. Not yet. Okay. Alright. Fair enough.
What happened?
Whatever. I wanted to get a mage so I could teach my other character how to cast healing magic. Well, not a mage, but a cleric.
Well, you definitely can do that.
Yeah, I could, but I want it to actually be a good one.
Welcome to the... Choose the field you wish to know more of.
Oh, dude.
What happened?
Fucking tons of enemies. This is gonna suck. Yeah, That's why it's so expensive. It's the 3x3 block that just fucks everything. Good enough.
How is this?
Where the hell did I go? The best move would be get myself into a corner, but now they can't gang up on me. Alright. I got two angles to hit me.
God, Luster Candy takes up a lot. 150 MP for one cast is a lot.
Return.
No, I want to undo. I wanted to save.
Return.
Shit. Yeah, well, we're committed to this now. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and get
Are you
off.
now?
Yeah, I'm